Hiya Spideybros, it's your friendly neighbourhood, the ultimate Spider-Man fan here. Back again with yet another news update video, this one on, well, the latest information on the new Marvel Spider-Man Miles Morales PlayStation 5 game. Well, or as I like to say, the PlayStation 5 launch game, as it's set for holiday 2020. So like, subscribe, comment, share, hit the bell notification, favourites, and follow me on my social medias, which are in the description below. And other than that, let's get right into this. Spider-Man Miles Morales plot details revealed, and it sounds like Peter Parker may return in future. Now I will say, I'm not showing it on screen yet, but there's a little screenshot that was shown also that maybe indicates or teases Marvel Spider-Man 2, which possibly in my opinion could maybe be called, okay, sorry, that was a message that come up. And it may not actually be called Spider-Man 2. There's a little possibility from a fan made, it's stupid, but there's a little chance that Spider-Man 2 could be actually called Spider-Man instead of Man. But let's get into it. So Insomniac has revealed plot details for the upcoming Spider-Man Miles Morales on PS5, and revealed that the studio will continue to tell the story of its Peter Parker in future. Described by creative director Brian Horton on the PlayStation blog, Miles Morales is set a year after the events of Marvel's. Okay, just in case you're wondering, Spidey-Bros, I haven't actually read this before recording this, so this is new to me too. The standalone follow-up kicks off just before Christmas, as a street war kicks off between an energy corporation and a high-tech criminal army. Harlem, where Miles now lives, is in the middle of that war, and he sets out to put a stop to it. Insomniac says the new game will include a new story with a new set with new set pieces, fresh villains, and unique quests across Marvel's New York City. Along the way, Miles will discover new powers that set him apart from Peter Parker's Spider-Man, and we've already seen both his Venom Stick and invisibility powers shown off in the reveal trailer. Per a new trailer recap video from Insomniac Games, Miles is being designed to feel distinct from Peter Parker in the first game, aside from his differing powers. Miles' combat and traversal animations will be brand new. Perhaps most interestingly, Miles' lore, confidence in being a superhero, will be reflected in how his web swings, with hero animator James Ham pointing out that he flails around more. Okay, I don't know what that means. He flails around more while swinging. Insomniac makes clear that this game is entirely about Miles Morales, who is a critical part of our Spider-Man universe, but the studio also hints that the original Spider-Man will return, saying we still have much more of Peter's story left to tell. Horton also explains that the first game's director Brian Intihar continues to imagine big things for the Marvel Spider-Man universe. It's certainly not a confirmation of a Peter Parker centric Spider-Man 2, but it definitely feels like a hint at one. Horton also briefly discusses the PS5 tech being used to bring the new game to life, which will include near instant loading, ray tracing, 3D audio, and the dual sense controller. Character models should look more realistic, and even the return in New York City has apparently been updated for its PS5 debut. Horton doesn't cover the size of the game, however. After some confusion, Insomniac confirmed that the game would be a standalone release, but reports have said that it will be a smaller game than the first, similar to scope in another stand like Uncharted: The Lost Legacy. Spider-Man Miles Morales is due for release on PS5 this holiday. Here are the 6 stories week. Okay. Well, I actually will say that basically that's actually cool information. It probably would make a lot of sense, to be honest with you. So it's set 1 year after the events of the last game then. Okay, now there's one wee thing here. There is actually one wee thing here. I mean, let's see, which basically means this kicks off exactly after the DLCs then, because basically the Marvel Spider-Man 1, basically after the heartbreaking scene Aunt May's death, the game did skip 3 months, which led into February in my opinion. So then we had Spider-Man Velocity, and then Spider-Geddon, and then the DLCs. Because as I said before, Spider-Man Velocity and Spider-Geddon both took place before the DLCs. So which basically means it'll be set. This story will be set a few months after the DLCs, but it's focused on Miles Morales. Okay, no, cool. Okay, and no, I will say, right, it does say here that Peter Parker may return in future, which obviously he will, but in my opinion, I think in a way these guys have teased Marvel Spider-Man 2 in this screenshot here, which I'm going to show, because you can see both of them flying, and you can see both of them on the picture swinging through the city. Unless that's a teaser for one wee part of this game where Peter shows up for a wee reference, but I really would believe that maybe this, like, I don't know, maybe it's just a coincidence, but I do believe that maybe either one or two things, right? But mostly I do think this teases. I think this actually does. I think this does actually tease Spider-Man 2, but it might actually just tease a wee bit of the game store. Well, it does focus on Miles, so it must be a teaser for Spider-Man 2. So, like I said at the beginning of this video, it would be cool. Like in my opinion, I think Spider-Man 2 is going to be called Spider-Man instead of Spider-Man. But only time will tell. And also before I go, there's even been a new screenshot released from the latest trailer recap video, which was released earlier on tonight, of the opening scene of the trailer. You actually got a screenshot of Miles with his hands on that thing or whatever he was touching and getting, well, and touching in the trailer with his suit being ripped to shreds. So yeah. And also, I know it's not that much, but I just thought I'd share that new screenshot that came with the actual trailer recap video. But yeah, Spidey-Bros, that's gonna be it for this video. So it's gonna be interesting to see where they go. So yeah, comment below what you think, and yeah, I'll see all you Spidey-Bros as always in all of my next Epic Spidey videos. It's your friendly neighborhood, the ultimate Spidey-Fan, or Spider-Cop. Over and out. Thwap, 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 thwap.